Thank you, Trysdyn. That was an awesome game. What an ending. Next up, we have Hachiemon, and you don't want to miss this. This is adorable, and also weird, but adorable.
Alright, cool. That just hides me having to switch consoles and stuff. So this is Hachiemon. This is the purest game ever, and I forgot to switch my splits. 1 second. Do I really not have Hachiemon on my... There it is. There's Hachiemon. Alright, we should be good to go. Everything looks good. Cool. So this is Hachiemon. This is a game from Japanese Television Corporation starring their mascot, KTV8 in Kansai, Japan. And it is the purest, most awesome thing I've ever accidentally found, I assure you. So, gotta get ready and stretch, get my mind in the Hachiemon groove here. So the basic story of this game is you're Hachiemon, you're this thing. I think it's an egg with lips. I've heard people call it a bird, a goose, a marshmallow. It's kind of like Pugsy, where you just pretend it's different things. But yes. And you are on a quest to retrieve the lips of your friends. Or something like that. Anyway, let's go. So the first thing you do is skip some cutscenes, which is fine. The thing about Hachiemon is, rule number 1, if you are walking, you are doing it wrong. There are 5 or 6 other ways to move around in this game. Like grappling, and rolling, and grappling into rolls. Basically, there are many other ways to move. Walking is slow, rolling lets you roll through enemies, grappling just flings you around the level. And just, this is amazing, and I don't know why people wanted it in a Bad Game-a-thon, but we're here, and I'm glad for that. So, the main gimmick... Oh, dear. I'm in hard mode. Let's try that again. That will actually literally ruin my run. Sorry about that. Let's try that again. Am I in easy mode? I am in easy mode. I'm sorry. So for the first time, this is Hachiemon. This is me, like, flailing. There we go. But yes, rolling around is faster, catapulting is faster, rolling lets you roll through enemies, and your main goal is to pick up the number of lips indicated on the bottom of the screen there, and then exit the level. If you try to exit the level without the right number of lips, it just gives you a warning that, hey, you're not done, and you have to go collect the right number of lips. Smooching enemies makes them temporarily non-hostile, I guess you could call it. They like you if you smooch them. At the end of every level, you get this slot machine that gives you an opportunity to get food. 100 food gives you a level up, or an extra life, but we don't care about extra lives, so we want to lose as many of those slot machines as we can. The biggest win you can get out of that slot machine is 200 food, which takes about 12 seconds to count up. So we don't want that. That dude is a warp to a bonus area. We also don't want that. Grab some lips. This thing is a checkpoint, but it takes non-zero time to activate, so we don't want it either. But here's our first boss. He's a giant muscle-bound whatever the heck this is. I call him Sabin from Final Fantasy VI, but he's not, doesn't actually look anything like Sabin. He does, however, do Gale Rush, so, you know, there is that. So the main thing about bosses is you have to hit them usually for 6 points of damage. How did I mess that up? There we go. You have to hit them for 6 points of damage. A normal hit flashes yellow and does 1 point of damage. A critical hit flashes red and does 2. Which is why I got a red hit out of him when I jumped up and smooched him in the face. The thing about red hits, though, is they also double the enemy's iframe, so they're only really useful for the final hits. Yeah, no around the world. I thought about it, but you know, maybe we'll show it off later. Onward to level 3, which is probably the cutest level in the game. It's where Hachiemon dons a swim ring here, but the swim ring doesn't really do anything but make him look cute. So he just kind of gets real floaty, but it doesn't actually let him float. The main gimmick here, though, is because you are so floaty, you lose a lot of your, like, ground control and your air control. So you want to be on the ground as much as possible, which is why I'm going to be doing, like, weird ground grapples and stuff. I'm just basically trying to stay low, except when it behooves me to be in the air. But yeah, you can see, mostly I move around by rolling. We're gonna do a lip stand here, which is where you grapple onto something and then push yourself off of it with your lips, which I've heard is a sign of, like, kung fu mastery. I recommend you all try it and see if you can do it, but I'm not responsible for any, like, lip injuries that result. So after we finish swimming, you get to what I've been told is like Kyoto. I don't know if it actually is, but this is where the Hachiemons live, as in M-O-M. So we're just gonna grapple over them and hope they leave us alone up here. It's not 100% guaranteed they'll leave us alone, but it's likely. That one almost didn't. Whoop. So, yeah, the main gimmick here is stay high. Is it 420 yet? We're gonna barrel through here. Yes, that one just farted on me. It's okay. So once we arrive at the boss here, you can see the KTV-8 home office in the background. And our boss here is a broadcasting tower with lips. Like, it's... You can't make this up. It's a broadcasting tower with lips. So, once the dialogue is over here, we also find that this broadcasting tower with lips, like most things in Japan, is a hecking Gundam. Fortunately, all of his gimmicks don't really matter because I just quick kill him before he can do anything. Like, the bomb there is a gimmick, the laser is a gimmick. You're supposed to hit the bombs into its face for a critical hit. None of it matters because I can just hop up here and throw my lips at it until it explodes. Oh yeah, my lips detach, by the way. That's kind of important to know. I can throw my lips like a boomerang. Surprise. Alright, see ya, broadcasting tower. Thanks for stopping by. So the funny thing about that boss fight is it's completely cycle-based. If I let the tower take a single step from where it starts, I have to wait for an entire walking cycle for it to walk back to where it started before it'll trigger that it had died. So quick killing that saves probably about 15 seconds, 20 seconds. It's a lot. This is also the only level where there's like actual non-trivial platforming after the boss fight, which is weird because it doesn't actually count in the IL timer, but we just catapult up there and move on. So we go swimming again, but we don't actually have a water level this time. We just have a cutscene in the middle of the water. The cutscenes are really adorable, and I recommend going and checking them out sometime. I really should have submitted this as cutscene %, and I wish I had thought of doing so, but we're speedrunning, so... This is my least favorite level in the game, and I truthfully may die here. So, it's ice physics, and that pickup right there is supposed to give you a power to ignore the ice physics, but it slows you down, so we don't use it. I'm already like completely off my pattern here, but it's okay, because I can just do this. Take it nice and slow, this one level, it's all good. So it's really hard to tell because of the way I'm doing the... What the heck? Alright, I hit A, but A didn't, like, process. I'm gonna blame my controller on that one. We get to see this level done the right way. Nope. I may be a little bit on tilt. It's all good. Alright. Truth be told, I've had a stupid death every time I've done this in a marathon, so it's fine. That's my stupid death for the run. So we're just gonna take it slow here. Jump way ahead of time to make sure I actually jump. And there we go. Welp. Alright, ice level number 2. Also, my splits are all ruined because I use an auto splitter usually, but I can't use it for these marathon runs. I have sacrificed for you, BBG. There we go. No, the question mark is an indicator that there is something hidden in the general area I'm in. But everything I care about, I know where it is and just get it, so I ignore the question mark. Yatta. I do love the yatta. So now we are in the woods-ish, I guess. Whoa. That was weird. We're fine, though. Actually, that may have been faster. Did I just find new speed tech in a marathon? The last time someone asked me about map techniques for this game, I started to explain it and then died, so I'm assuming that explaining that is cursed. But no. When I came to speedrun this, there was another runner already, by the name of Koztalek, who had done a couple of runs of this. And there was also half of a task. So there was some established stuff, but something they had not discovered that I discovered completely on accident was that if you hold the R button while moving between levels, Hachiemon moves twice as fast. It's not explained anywhere. It's just there. Oh, by the way, I'm a samurai now. Oops. Just pointing that out. The samurai power-up makes me faster, which is pretty much the only thing I care about. But you also get this really cool sword that I don't care about. Alright, we're down to one hit. We're gonna have to be a little careful here. So I'm actually going to do something I never do, and I'm going to take this checkpoint. This is the B boss. The reason I took that checkpoint is this boss can just decide I die and there's nothing I can do about it, especially if I only have 2 hit points. How it's going to work is there's going to be one B I need to attack, and it's going to be rather obvious which one it is. Also, poor Hachiemon getting stung over and over again. But that 1B can come out anywhere, and if it comes out in the wrong spot, I can't hit it, and I have to deal with an entire cycle of the enemy attacking me. And it gets pretty intense, as you'll see in a moment. Also, there's the Queen Bee. The bee stung me, we got annoyed, and I demanded to see the bee's manager. As you do. Also, that's the bad pattern. So we get 1 hit there. And I'm probably dead, maybe? No, we're fine. Good. So, having smooched the Queen Bee, you know, as one does when you demand to see a bee's manager, we have this happen, which I've been told is a technical difficulty screen, and my headcanon, my imagination for it is the Queen Bee is incredibly foul-mouthed. So the game has to keep cutting to a, please stand by screen. Because she keeps swearing. But either way, we've dealt with that. One of the major checkpoints in laying down a speedrun. We're gonna lip slide off to the side. And I'm glad to put that behind me. I think that's what's happening. I'm not sure. Alright, who has ever wanted to be a mole? Because we're now a mole. That's the gimmick of the next 2 levels. You turn into a mole and you dig. So obviously you can't get through these blocks without being a mole. Yatta. No, the mole form does not give Hachiemon a butt. Hachiemon always has a butt. Oh, by the way, yeah, we're horribly behind PB already, so I can show something a little off. Show off something a little. You know what I'm saying. So this is level 2 of the mole stages where you become small, and then you grab the mole power up afterward. I need that. Thank you. Oh, I got it. That is a frame-perfect trick. Where you catapult yourself forward and then start rolling, and you roll forward at catapult speed. It is a little off. Here is the second and last underwater level with my favorite Hachiemon form. So we're going down. So one of the things we want to do here to offset the floatiness is actually grapple down the wall, like that, to get ourselves lower faster. And now for my favorite form. I am a rolling fish. Oh yeah, when I roll, I can only roll 4 times. If I try to roll a 5th revolution without stopping and starting a new roll, I get dizzy and stunned for a second or 2. But there we go. Fish. Sushi roll, I like it. Alright, so here's an important question. Should I smooch or fart on an NPC? No, not cutscene. Fart. Smooch, fart, smooch. I actually can't read the answers because this is a very intensive level. I should have asked earlier. I'm dumb. Hooah! That was a good hooah. Alright, let's see. Smooch. I think Smooch wins. Here we go. Oh, uh-oh. You know what? I'm out of here. That's not how that works. So, we won the slot machine here. So, that takes a little bit of time. We're gonna skip an entire auto-scroller here. So, you're supposed to stay on this raft for this entire level. We're not gonna do that. Okay. Let's try that again. If it's not obvious, I am a little nervous and also a little goofy tonight. Let's be a little more careful. There we go. Those 2 damages were intentional. Alright, so this is a boss I call 2.5 Fish. Probably my favorite boss visually, not so much fighting it in a speedrun. There's the 2 fish. There's the half of a fish. The half of the fish is the weak point. So the way this works is these 2 fish will attack me 4 times, 3 or 4 times, and then the half of a fish will jump out. And then I smooch the half of the fish. It's not actually half of a fish, it's a full fish, but it's half the size of a normal fish. Except it's more of an eighth, isn't it? So an important strategy here, if you stay motionless for a period of time, Hachiemon will actually go into an animation where he does an idle animation. And the idle animation actually takes your character control away for a little bit of time. I'm hoping I get a long cycle so I can show it off, but you can't let that idle animation happen, or you will be in a bad position and get hit. Yeah, here we go. So, an important strategy in this battle is don't fart, because while you're farting, you have no character control. Smooch. So, very important strategy, don't fart. The funny thing is if you do the idle animation and fart, it will actually stun every enemy on screen. I actually used this in the speedrun for a while before I discovered another strat for that level, because I would use it to manipulate where enemies would be when I got to them, because farting stunned everything. I'm going to presume that Hachi farts smell like rotten eggs. Alright, we're gonna do some mountain climbing now, with our face. Yeah. You've heard of free climbing, right? You ever known anybody to do free climbing with their lips? Uh-oh. Yeah, this is fine. We're gonna use our new friend as a platform. Meef. Unfortunately, our new friend was in the way. Needless to say, this is pretty far behind my PB, but that's okay, we're having fun, right? I also want to draw attention to Mount Rushmore in the back. Mount Hachiemon, something. So the last time I had this game in a marathon, I actually died here because someone asked me to explain how I came to find the map strat. And I went into this really deep explanation of like the history of the run and then just completely boffed this level because I wasn't paying attention. So let's not do that again. There we go. How did I come to find... Good thing I already explained it. So now we're going up into the sky. This is the shortest level in the run. Don't blink or you'll miss it. So you're not actually supposed to be able to reach that by just falling, but if you fall while rolling, you have a whole lot of forward momentum and can reach that platform where the wings are and just fly up and finish the level. Easy, easy. This level has the next boss in it. It's a boss I call the Long Yellow Bastard. Because he is a long yellow bastard, and also because of the meme image of like a python slithering up to someone's microwave. But this one isn't trying to steal my pizza rolls, this one is just a long yellow bastard. So the main thing here is you have to kill all of these conga line jerks. We have a good strat for the start of it, but after that it just becomes bedlam. Alright, he's gonna give me that pattern, which is not bad. As you can see, one of the heads has far more health than the rest, and that was actually maybe the fastest fight I've ever done with that thing. That was incredible. That was a 36. I mean, I don't feel this is a bad game. I actually resisted submitting it for a while, and was assured that not only terrible games are in this marathon, that there's also just some really weird, obscure, offbeat, and weird stuff. Originally, we were planning to have a good games block as sort of a joke, but we couldn't schedule the quote-unquote good games together. And no, this is not going to PB, I assure you. I've already beefed this run pretty severely, but that's okay. So this is the office building. This is probably the most deceptively difficult level in the game because there's plenty of opportunities to just get going fast, and then while you're not paying attention, take damage. In fact, I'm going to be super safe here and just let him finish what he's doing. Alright, took a hit, that's fine. Hachiemon is a treasure and I love it. So here is office building number 2. This is probably my favorite level to do fast. When I don't do it wrong anyway. This guy you have to smooch like this because there's actually a hidden Kaizo block there if you try to just smooch him as high as you can. Or as low as you can, I'm sorry. You'll hit the Kaizo block and fall to your death when you catapult off of him. So you have to let him move up a little bit. Yeah, the black Hachiemons explode if you roll into them and cause damage to you. As demonstrated there. That was a fine place to demonstrate it because I have a health pickup coming up that I usually do not need. So we're gonna pretend I did that on purpose. I did it on purpose, really. And if anyone says otherwise, I remind you that I am also a mod in this chat. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so the Wild West level 1 is just rolling right, basically. There's another strat you can do very careful lip slides through there, but I don't do it in a marathon. This is the second to last level in the game. Just a whole lot of rolling right again, though we do get a new power-up that we haven't seen yet. She drops cherries. Oh, no, don't hit me into the bonus. Alright, so this lets me breathe fire at the cost of not being able to lip grapple because the fire blow attack is the same button that I would normally use to grapple. This is the penultimate boss of the game. We're going to be fighting a gunslinger on a burnt marshmallow horse. I want you all to take note of the bullets and the guns on the gunslinger. Yeah. Yeah. So this guy is a little bit of a butt. We gotta knock him off his horse and then take him out. So there's 3 hits on the horse. Whoop. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's fine. So he can just randomly decide to jump. I believe he reads your controller input, and when you shoot fire at him, he may just decide to jump and shoot at you. Fortunately, he only did that once. So we're fine. Now for 2 minutes of gratuitous lip violence. Yeah. Enjoy this. So this is the cutscene that's supposed to explain, like, the plot, like, glue all the pieces of the plot together as you prepare to go into the final level. And I wish I could tell you half of what's going on here, but I actually can't because I don't read Japanese. But I believe that they are telling you that they are not actually the bad guys and have been told by the true boss what to do, and you know what they had done was actually the work of somebody else. So now we're gonna go fight that somebody else as soon as they stop talking. Also, I am like this glorious shade of pink. All right, on we go. The final level is a mini-boss rush, but it's actually the same mini-boss over and over again. So this is level 22, the final level. That's inconvenient. There we go. Yatta. So here's the first of the mini-bosses. It's these two floating snake things, and you could chase these around, but for a marathon I usually just tend to hang out down here and let them come to me, because it's safer. Also, this thing in the middle is actually a grappleable object, so if you don't be careful where you're smooching, you're gonna end up somewhere you don't want to be. Which is, yeah, exactly like that. Alright, we're just gonna chill and wait for him. There we go. So the second and the third mini-boss actually have an audio cue, and it's the same audio cue. It's, you want to have your lips thrown on the fourth beat. Like that. There we go. That was actually the fastest Moldorm, this particular Moldorm I've seen. There we go. Alright. So that's the last of the mini-bosses. Now we're going to head into the actual final boss. So as you could probably guess from all these like weird dragon snakes floating around, the actual final boss is a Hydra. Now, the Hachiemon people have a particular way to declare a duel on somebody. We get to see it here. Excellent. Duel declared. Good job, Hachiemon. Let's do this. So you just pretty much have the same fight as before, except you have this thing in the background throwing fire at you. Which is actually more dangerous than it seems. Also, they can just decide to go straight across the bottom of the screen and you're gonna get hit and there's nothing you can do about it, and that kind of sucks. Hopefully they don't do that. Alright, good. Best sound in the game. And time. So a 32:15 is not wonderful. My PB is a 29:45, but we got through. I basically made mistakes in places I wanted to showcase how hard they are, so I'm quite happy with that. Since we are about 7 minutes ahead in my block, I'm gonna quickly blow through the 30 seconds of like final cutscene because there's something really cute in here. And since you all seem to really dig this game, I think you all deserve to see the ending. Only intentional mistakes. You've got it, Slothbeard. This is the most regal pose for Hachiemon, and I want this as an emote. I should do that. I wish I knew what was going on here. Show you the fart to stun enemies? Maybe. Hachiemon is very happy here. And yes, the island is shaped like lips. Yeah, someone needs to do a translation patch for this. Alright, I'm gonna very, very quickly go through level 2, fart on somebody, and show off being thrown around the world. We are a little behind, so I can't burn too much time. This is gonna let me continue, right? Yes, okay. Let's see. Here's fine. No, he blew up. Here we go. Also watch the lady in the bottom too. So yeah, that slows them down just for about a second, just enough to reposition some enemies in level 13 if for some reason you didn't want to do the high risk strat. That can actually position them in such a way that you can get through without doing it. And just ride on the raft the whole way without having to dodge anything. But alright, I'm gonna get thrown, and then we're gonna move on to my last game. So give me just a moment. This boss has a special attack that if you get hit by it, your run is over, but it's also really cute. Ouch. Okay. That's Hachiemon, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and cut off over to my third run. We got a motor here. Thank you for watching that. I will be right back with some garbage.